Hello and welcome to the Third and Long podcast. And we are back live this week after an extended period of 2 weeks where we had to record due to life getting in the way. We're back coming at
And
you
Commonwealth
live.
Games.
Well, it was cricket and then the Commonwealth Games, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's true. Live sport.
Yes, live sport, but we are back live now.
Oh,
And
yes.
as
And
usual, I am here with Mr. Oliver Butler Henderson to take you through the week's news, injuries, and everything else that's happening in the NFL this week.
shall we start with this?
Toss to White. He's in. Patriots win the Super Bowl.
Iconic.
Iconic. The last touchdown from a iconic Super Bowl that Mr. James White scored, and it was his last Super Bowl touchdown as he has decided to hang up his cleats today after 9 seasons. The guy is a legend. He was a fourth round pick in 2014. Couldn't get my words right then. Rushing stats weren't that good. It was 1,278 yards and 11 touchdowns. But he's 3,278 receiving yards, 25 touchdowns. One of the best, if not the best, receiving back in the NFL. Iconic. He was always Mr. Reliable in the NFL for Patriots. Tom Brady's go-to guy. Didn't get a chance to see with Mac. Didn't get a lot of chance with Cam either due to injuries the last couple of years, but superb running back and really, really good. And it's a shame his career really petered out due to injury more than anything else.
Well, I mean, we were talking about him in the pre-show we had, weren't we? And I said that I thought he was robbed of a Super Bowl MVP for that Atlanta game.
Oh, he was the only Patriot that showed up for the first 3 quarters of that game. Even Tom Brady wasn't brilliant in that game leading up to that quarter. And then James White took the ball by the horn, shall we say, and just literally drove that team down the field.
Was it
The
three or four touchdowns he scored?
it was a 3 touchdowns hat trick. Touchdowns he scored. 1 rushing, 2 receiving, I think it was as well in that game. And he was superb in that game. He went over 100 yards receiving and close to 50 in rushing as well. Really good player, and he is going to be really sorely missed in the Patriots. More in the locker room more than anything else. There's been a lot of things coming out for him, saying that how good he was and how nice he was around the locker room. But
he seemed like an all-round great guy and a great player.
Yeah, I mean, he says it's he's New England forever. This is it. This is the end of the one chapter is now going on to a new chapter. Don't quite know what that is yet, but he's going to rock it no matter what, and he was an absolute superb player.
I think he'd be good in the booth, to be honest.
I think he would as well. He didn't talk a lot to the media. That's the only thing. He was fairly quiet in the media, not bang.
The thing is, so was Greg Olsen in his career.
Yeah, that's true. Greg Olsen is a pretty good booth analyst, isn't he?
I mean,
no Tony Romo, but he is pretty good.
He's first team for Fox. Is it Fox or ESPN this year?
I thought it was CBS. I thought he was one of the CBS crews.
It's whoever Brady signed with.
Fox.
So he's first team for Fox then.
Wow, that is quite cool, isn't it? I could see in that. It's probably a bit late to go in this season.
Yeah, he won't be in this season, but maybe in a couple of seasons.
Possibly. I mean, it would be quite interesting to see 3 ex-Patriots players working the NFL. Obviously, you got McCourty on Good Morning. You're gonna have Brady going to Fox whenever he decides to hang up his cleats. And I
don't think Brady will go to Fox, to be honest.
No,
I reckon he signed that contract as a potential.
Yeah, just to give him something to do going on, I guess. I think that's probably the way about it, isn't it?
You once told me that you don't start the job until you walk through the doors.
Who told you that?
You did.
Did I? That
Yeah.
doesn't sound like me. Wow, that really doesn't sound like me.
I'm not going to say when, but you once told me that.
You can tell me off air, okay? So last week we thought we finally got to the end of Mr. Deshaun Watson's naughtiness, shall we say?
Naughtiness.
Yep, the NFL. Well, he was given a 6-game ban. The NFL was given by Wednesday. I can't remember what time it was Eastern time, but it was a time.
About 3 hours after we recorded the show.
Yeah, pretty much. And they have lodged an appeal for the sentence to be increased to a year and for a rather hefty fine to be included into it as well.
I think it'll either be a year
Yep.
or indefinitely.
Indefinitely would be a good one, but how does that work with obviously the Browns have signed into a £250 million guaranteed deal. They would have to cut if he's indefinite. Would he be cut?
I don't think he would, but I think he wouldn't get any money until he's reinstated.
So
to be honest,
yeah,
I think it's a possibility that Deshaun Watson never plays a snap for the Browns, and B never plays a snap in the NFL again.
completely agree with that one. I mean, Goodall said it was the right thing to do to obviously appeal the conviction or the suspension, whatever you want to call it. That there was multiple violations, obviously, of the NFL policy. Not only that, but of the legal systems at all. You know, and he's been called a predatory behaviour towards it. They are strong words.
Did you notice how in Sue Robinson's report, it said that he was no longer allowed to get massages by anyone apart from the Brown sports therapist?
Didn't see that bit. Missed that bit. That's it. Even that, I'd hope there was a male one doing it. Wouldn't you? If you were the Browns, they would be hiring a male masseuse now, right? Yeah, you're doing just him and just him only. Yeah. So the Fallen Wall, I don't know what NJ means. I was writing this down as I was watching Good Morning Football the other day. Antony General Peter C. Humphrey.
NJ means New Jersey.
Okay. Peter C. Harvey, sorry, not is to take the appeal. Didn't know much about him as well, but obviously I think he's gonna have a harder stance on it.
I think he will because the NFL want him to.
Yeah, and obviously he's seen a lot of the backlash. Obviously he's gonna be impartial because that's what he's meant to be. But he's seen the backlash.
You mean impartial?
Very, very impartial. He's obviously seen the backlash. He's seen the reports. He's read a lot of the stuff already prior to this. He's obviously now going to have the NFL's argument going, look, this is going to be a lot harder. But there is still a way for Watson to get out of it, apparently. Watson could pay a settlement to the league to get, Yeah, it's what they were saying on Wednesday morning. Or, Tuesday morning.
Yes, so not all of us work from home every day and can watch Good Morning Football.
I don't watch Good Morning Football when I'm at work. Told you that.
I don't think your boss is watching all of it. I think you're okay.
I don't know. He is a member of our group. He does follow the page.
Hi, Ollie's boss.
Yep.
He doesn't watch Good Morning Football. I'm just joking.
But that's what's come from the league, the owners' meetings this week, that he could pay a settlement. How is that even remotely fair? This is another case of the NFL run by elderly white gentlemen.
Yes, it is.
You know, Broncos, they've now confirmed Broncos takeover, which Lewis Hamilton is a part of, which I think is brilliant. But the family that take over are a younger family. They're around my age. You know, the people who are running it are in the 40s. So they're going to have a better understanding of what.
Did you say they were a younger family?
the ones that the son and I think it might even be the daughter are the ones that are going to be mainly running the
Yeah,
Bronco
well,
in the
and,
office for the Broncos.
and they're your age.
Yes.
That's funny. Finn called you really old earlier.
Cheers for that. Cheers for that. I'll be having words with my youngest later on.
Anyway, just while on the subject of Watson, I feel like it's important to say that actually I first saw these rumors about 3 hours ago, but they're coming from a lot of sources. That if the Watson ban is you know raised, then Cleveland might look into trading for Jimmy G.
Which is fair, but how much cap space does Cleveland have?
They have
That'll be
loads.
funny, but
They have loads.
it's ridiculous. You know, it's amazing because you look at these young, talented players they've got. You know, with Garrett, Ward, and Peoples Jones, and that's just to name three.
Cooper.
I've heard he's got a chance it could be cut.
Amari Cooper.
Yeah, I've heard a sneak. I've heard of things coming around. It's on one of the WhatsApp groups. There wasn't a source. It's just someone saying I've seen a few reports saying he's on the cut radar.
Cooper's not gonna get cuts.
Yeah, that's why I've not gone and put it in R1 because it's get Cooper Cup fit, and he is a great wide receiver. But
Amari Cooper, not Cooper Cup.
Amari Cooper. Sorry, Ron Cooper. But yeah, you forget that this Cleveland team is a young team. I think Garrett he's probably the older player, one of the older players on that team, and he was only drafted 4 or 5 years ago.
2017.
5 years. Great player. They did have a good quarterback.
Apparently, the best player to get drafted before Chase Young.
Oh, he is though. That's correct.
Yeah. There's a certain player that plays in red and gold that outshone both Cooper and Young last year. Sorry, not Cooper and Young. Garrett and Young.
Young missed 90% of the season.
Yeah, but both still have more sacks than Young if you just take the games that Young played in.
Fair enough. But he was double and triple teamed.
Yes, yeah, so
I think Jimmy G, going back to it, Jimmy G going to Cleveland would be a good thing. A wiser, older head on that offense would be a good thing in that locker room in general because it is a young locker room.
Yeah, I'd take like a 7th round pick now. Just get him off our cap.
Yeah. Look at what Cleveland did.
Yeah. Speaking of Niners, shall we move on to Snead or not yet?
We'll do that in a minute. I just want to make this point. Look at what Cleveland did when they went to the playoffs the year before last. I think if they had a veteran quarterback who'd been in the playoffs before, been there, done that, got the T-shirt, got the rings to prove it, admittedly, none as a non-starter in most. He would have probably got that team through Kansas. Admittedly, I still think there was a very dodgy hit and a really bad call in that game when Sorensen literally helmet to helmet at 200 miles an hour. Can't remember who it was on, but he wiped the wide receiver on the side, so he never come back into the game. I think something like that would have changed the game. He would have gone, look,
was it on Landry?
No, I don't think it was on Landry. Landry was injured anyway, and so was Odell. It was one of the younger lads. Can't remember who it was off the top of my head now. I'll have to find it on YouTube and look at it. Yeah, we'll segue because we'll segue onto Willie Snead. Yay or nay? Being that you're brown and I think Ollie's having internet problems.
I'm not. I'm thinking yay or nay because I've not thought about this yet. But as a WR4 or WR5, I'll give him a yay.
Well, he's going to take the pressure off a couple of your lads, isn't he?
I think we have a pretty set 1, 2, 3.
Yep. And you've also got your set wide RB1 as well in Devo.
I've got Devo down at WR1. I've got Ayuk down at WR2, and I've got Jennings down at WR3.
I've seen some impressive catches from Ayuk in training camp.
Everyone's raving about Ayuk. Apparently
There's a lot of noise coming from
Apparently he's
a lot of
been the
noise
second
coming
best
from
player
Ayuk.
training. Second best player at training camp.
Behind who?
As Jimmy Ward said, Bosa going to be Bosa.
Okay, fair enough.
Uh,
That's fair enough.
and
As
then
long as he
we've
hasn't
got
got kids with Tash.
yeah. Then we've got the
Sorry.
rookie in Damari Gray.
Yep.
We've got the veteran in Ray McLeod.
Yep.
And we've now got Willie Snead.
I think he'll be ahead of Ray Ray. I reckon he'll be ahead of McLeod.
Ray, from what I understand, has been punt returning mainly.
Fair enough. A player who wants away because the team's values aren't the same as him.
Roquan Smith.
Yes. We've seen so much jokes coming out of Green Bay about this. Green Bay fans are loving this at the moment. That franchise is a bit of a mess at the moment. It kind of reminds me like Cleveland was 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, or even possibly last season, but we'll put last season as in injuries hit them more than anything else. So they've changed their head coach. They changed their GM. Okay, they drafted reasonably well. They've got a fairly big cap space. Give one of your better players on your defense, your defensive leader possibly, the money he deserves. Show him that you're valued as well.
They need to spend it on a wide receiver that can catch.
They need to spend it on a quarterback who can throw the ball.
Justin Fields
to give it to a wide receiver who can catch.
I trust Justin Fields in my offense. If he had the weapons, which he currently doesn't have. He has fast wide receivers, but none of them have proved they can catch.
Maybe.
Howie's going to be like their WR1 or 2 once he gets back.
Possibly. Do you think the way he did it, because if anyone's seen it, we put it all over our socials. He put, obviously on his iPhone notes or whatever, Android or whatever he had, literally 2 pages, 2 screenshots of his look, this is the issues. It's got there's 2 minutes in the email. I should have written them down, but I didn't. But one of them was they don't show the same values as he does, which it shows that he wants to go and win this, doesn't he? He wants a ring, not a payday.
Yeah.
But where would he go? I've seen a lot of noise, obviously being on the Patriots side, a lot of noise that New England fans want him. I'm one of them. Haven't got the cap space for him though. I reckon he'll do really well in Jacksonville. Detroit.
Yeah, he's not going to go. As we just said, he wants a ring.
Exactly, but
so why would he go to Jacksonville? Why would he go to Detroit?
Money talks as well, but I agree he does want the ring. But where could he go? Green Bay? Green Bay don't really have the money, although we do know they could probably make things around Green Bay. Minnesota maybe. Are they all there?
Niners don't need him.
Buffalo.
I think Niners have the best. I think Niners have the best linebacker core in the NFL, so we definitely don't need him.
Who else could it go? You could even go across the NFC or the AFC and the NFC. No, hang on, the Bears. Yeah, stay in the NFC and go like even Cardinals, who lost Chandler Jones, could be a good replacement there. Those kind of teams that have got the space and are almost Super Bowl ready. I think he would do well in a Belichick defense.
I don't think you guys have the space.
We don't. We've got $4.5 million cap space. I don't even think we got that actually. Next year we've got 100 plus million, which is interesting.
Yeah, we're going to need to pay Mac next year.
No, because we can't take his 5th year option.
One more season, yeah.
Mac's taken over from a roundabout way of Tom Brady. Tom Brady's gone missing. Or he's been given time off. He's been given time off for personal reasons.
Yeah, till the
apparently so apparently this was already known about. I sincerely hope that it's not something to do with his mum cancer returned or something like that. I do hope that it is just a case of he's got a wedding or something stupid like that to go to, or he's renewing his vows with his wife.
To be honest,
So-
I don't think it's worth speculating.
No, but is that off? He wasn't going to play in this weekend's game anyway. And he probably wouldn't have played next week's game, but he's going to return back after the Titans game, which is the weekend after next. Or this weekend. Sorry. No, after next weekend. I'll get it worse right in a minute.
He's coming
But
back after the game on the 20th.
But does it show that Brady has too much leeway in NFL teams because it's Tom Brady?
I don't think so.
Well, that ends that conversation.
Well, I just think until we know what the personal reasons are, we can't really make a judgment on it. And the fact that it is personal reasons, I think, means that we probably shouldn't speculate.
I'm just trying to entertain the crowd. Definitely. Shall we move on to a show that starts after our show tonight? So,
well, I mean, it starts on Tuesday night, didn't it?
Yeah, but it's not released on Game Pass yet. I checked earlier on, which is a bit strange.
I'll just do a little check now, just to check. I've not checked today.
Oh, it wasn't on an hour ago when I checked an hour ago. It might be not. They might put it on at 9 o'clock, something like that. But Sky Action at 10 a.m. tonight.
10 p.m.
10 p.m. Sorry. Hard Knocks. Detroit Lions are back. What are you looking forward to see from this Detroit episode?
Dan Campbell.
Exactly. Loved his press conferences last year. You know, he's a very likable character, isn't he?
I think he's very passionate.
I'm looking forward to see Hutch and James Williamson.
Yeah, have you seen it? Speaking of James Williamson, have you seen he's taken the number 9 jersey?
I haven't seen that yet. I've seen your Patriots.
So Jameson Williams taking the number 9 jersey, which is obviously Matt Stafford's old number.
Yep.
And apparently Jameson Williams reached out to Matt Stafford before taking the number.
Really? Love that. Love that. Talking about numbers, Patriots released it Thursday, and everyone's taking a mick because Strange's got 69. I am looking forward. I love Hard Knocks. I reckon it's an absolutely brilliant show. I was talking to one of the lads I coach football about who likes these kind of things. He was talking about how he watched Arsenal's All or Nothing. So I said, watch Hard Knocks. You know, it's an NFL show.
I'm midway through Arsenal's All or Nothing.
You know, I think it's, if you like the All or Nothing series, even if you don't know anything about NFL, watch Hard Knocks. It's really good. It's a good behind the scene look of how it works. You know, you see how the coaches make these decisions of when they cut players. Well, it is between all of us, isn't it? The coaches and the GM, which players they keep, which players they cut, who are they going to put on the practice squad. They were saying on Good Morning Football on Tuesday, they were talking about how Hutchinson was talking to another rookie who was drafted in the 7th round. I think he might have been undrafted in this. Aiden Hutchinson's on 23 million guaranteed, and this lad's on like 23 pounds.
Talking about undrafted rookies, the Niners waived a guy, an undrafted free agent yesterday called Leon O'Neal, and in OTAs he put something on Instagram saying, "Everyone talking about the making the 53. I'm going for Rookie of the Year."
Oops.
And now he's been cut.
That's going to be one of those cold tweet things that they had Fred Seagallo on Good Morning about the other day about his book. I am looking forward to Hard Knocks. I love the behind the scenes stuff that they show. I love seeing the personalities of the players. I didn't know last year that the Cowboys had an English linebacker coach or English coach over there. Love that now, and it's like, yes, brilliant. I keep a look out for them whenever I see the Cowboys play, so I'm really looking forward to that. Really,
Do you reckon we're going to see anyone buffing presents this year?
Oh, Dak and Zeke. Didn't one of them give one the other one a massive suitcase?
yeah, Zeke wrapped a present for Dak, and it was a massive suitcase.
Yeah, that was it. Just for them to go
Oh,
home.
hi, Kelly. Sorry, I just walked up that Kelly's watching.
Okay.
Well,
I was like,
Dave's enjoyed it.
how have you managed to watch it? Has
that on
Gibraltar got it a day early
Yeah, I
or
was about to
something?
say, is that on in Gibraltar already? Hi,
Oh,
Kelly.
that's not. Obviously, we've had a few knocks and bruises over
Yeah,
the past few weeks.
I wanted to call this oh, Dave's watching on IPTV. I wanted
Okay,
to call
fair
this episode the physio table part 3, but
Three.
then Ollie went and called it Thank You James White.
Well, he retired. We always pay homage to retired players. It's something we've
Yeah,
always
but
done.
we pay homage to good retired players.
Oh, come back to me when your running backs won 3 Super Bowls.
Come back to me when
and
you're
9 seasons.
Come back to me when your running your backs actually had a 968 yards in less than 15 games.
Your running back hasn't had that, has he?
That's what Elijah Mitchell had last year.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
He's played 14 games and got over 900 yards.
Shall we start with the reigning Super Bowl champion who has tendonitis in his throwing arm? It is meant to be.
I saw. Can I just say this for a second? Everyone's talking.
Agreed.
Everyone's
Sorry,
talking
Dave
about.
just showed that Sweet Feet Wilby is a proper Patriot player.
Everyone's talking about Trey Lance having arm fatigue. Tendonitis is literally arm fatigue.
That's the first time I've heard anyone say Trey Lance has got tendonitis in his arm.
No, I'm not saying he has tendonitis now. What I'm saying is that last week, everyone was criticizing because Trey Lance had arm fatigue.
That's the first time I've heard it being said.
Oh, a couple of weeks ago, everyone was like, "Oh, Trey Lance didn't throw because he had arm fatigue." Oh, Trey Lance arm fatigue. I know. I follow a lot of Niners people, so. But
Fair enough.
a couple of weeks ago, Trey Lance was getting a lot of criticism because of arm fatigue. Not tendonitis. They just called it arm fatigue. What
Dave is right though, Stafford is in the elbow and it is in his throwing arm, so it will affect his mechanics. You know, because obviously your elbow. I'm not a quarterback.
You need to extend, don't you?
Yeah. Obviously he's got a few
new
wide receivers. Jimmy Week 1 starter. Yes.
Yes. In Cleveland.
Obviously, he's got a few new wide receivers. That is going to impact them for the first 2 or 3 weeks, isn't it? Obviously, he's going to have that connection with Cup.
I mean, Allen Robinson.
Couple of
Honestly,
wide. No.
I was surprised they traded Robert Woods.
I am as well, but I wonder if they thought, right, his injury is going to be cost him a lot.
I think they're probably regretting it now. Van Jefferson's injured.
Yes. Obviously, Khalil Harry is going to undergo a tightrope surgery. And yes, I had to Google that, and I still have no idea what a tightrope surgery is. I literally
your favorite player, Ollie.
Mr. Butterhand himself, on a high ankle sprain, which puts him out for 8 weeks.
I'm just a bit happy because I just had this thing of Harry scoring the winning touchdown for the Bears against the Niners week 1. I just had this vision.
That would be absolutely rather
after
good.
Me and you have slagged him off on the podcast for a year.
Probably even more, I think. That's actually quite. I mean, could it be crucial? I mean, they're only going to lose a 7th round pick. Could it be? And he's on rookie debt money still. Is he on a cut radar?
He's their WR2. Maybe even their WR1.
You really think he's going to stay around? Fair enough.
Yeah, well, you think Amari Cooper's going to get cut, so I don't really. I didn't think that.
I didn't think that. I just thought what I've heard.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think much your opinion after the Andy Dalton debacle.
I am kind of retracting that statement live on air. I'm retracting Andy Dalton. I am retracting that statement.
That Phil Rivers
This is a
isn't a
nasty
Hall
one.
of Fame player, but Andy Dalton is.
Phil Rivers hasn't done anything to deserve a Hall of Fame. Jets offensive tackle, which has made them sign another offensive tackle, which we'll get to in a minute. Benkton fractured kneecap.
No,
Can you say this?
I reckon Beckton could be on the cut line.
I don't know. He was a fairly high pick, and he is quite. Fractured kneecap.
He was a high pick, but have you not seen all this news about how they weren't happy with his weight and weren't happy how he turned up? So I just think that they could cut him.
And not use the injury as excuse, use it as in fitness. Yeah, that's doable. I mean, they have signed offensive tackle this afternoon. Duran Brown on a 2-year deal. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler, which A, it's good money, and B, it
just
covers
out of
them
interest,
as well.
I'm just good. Antonio Brown just released a statement. Do you want to hear it? It's quite good.
Oh, go on then. We love Antonio Brown statements.
My biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my GM cracker or showing up to Raiders camp late in a hot air balloon with frozen fruit or throwing rocks at that UPS driver, and it definitely doesn't involve taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around the Jet Stadium mid-game while throwing up juices. My biggest regret is that I'll never see me, Antonio Brown, play in a game live. I can watch a game afterwards, but I can't imagine what that was like for you all seeing something like that, like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at the Red Rocks. And that's taken off Antonio Brown's Twitter.
We've mentioned this so many times since he had that hit in 2019. Was it 2018? That massive hit, which literally put him out for about 4 weeks, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He has not been the same, if player-wise or mentally-wise. I would be really worried about that, and I hope someone reached out to him going, "Are you all right there, mate?" You know.
Oh, and a bit more breaking news. You know the Texans Dolphins trade for Adam Shaheen, the tight end?
Yep.
That's now off because he failed his physical at Houston.
Whoops. That's not good. How can you... That's obviously injury roundup wise, isn't it? Shall we have a quick roundup of this weekend's preseason games?
Okay.
It starts in like 3 hours' time.
Yeah, I might watch this one. I might watch this one actually because New York are playing their first team.
And New England aren't.
Yeah, I know New England.
It's been confirmed Mac and the starting wide receivers offense aren't lining up. Probably wouldn't be surprised if we see a bit of Cole Strange. Probably Tyreek Fortin, who is lighting up training camp. He's being absolutely brilliant at that one. Green Bay San Fran. That could be quite a good game.
I've not seen anything about whether. I don't think our first team players will play much, if at all, but I've not seen anything about it.
No, obviously.
I say we give Jimmy G a run out.
He's not throwing yet, is he?
I think he is now.
It's going to be interesting because this week one is when you see possibly players who are possibly going to get cut in the next round of cuts. I like seeing that. I think there's going to be a few players that you're going to go give us an extra week, who are going to get this extra week and probably won't make the 53, but probably make the roster, the practice squad. I do like the fact the Sky is showing a couple of games and they're not all on Game Pass. They got Minnesota and Las Vegas on Sunday night at the 9:25 slot.
Have they got a 6 o'clock game?
No, they're just showing the one game. The 2 games, which is New England in New England and at Las Vegas, which are awesome. There are some good matchups there. Love to see what the rookies at New York Jets have done, how good they look, because New York Jets probably are the best drafting team this year. And there's some good players out there. Any of the games that jump out to you? Any of the players that you really fancy seeing tonight?
Like I said, I'm interested in seeing Danny Jones and Saquon Barkley playing for New York.
Yeah, I mean, of the new what I've been reading, New England defense has been on fire in training camp. It's either that or the offense has been shocking. And I hope it's the defense
Exactly
being
the
on
same for San
fire.
Francisco.
I'm really hoping it's the defense has been absolutely superb. I love seeing the later round picks. You know, the Mr. Liverpool, the 199 pick, which is now one of the famous picks because of a certain goat.
I mean, for the Niners, I'm excited seeing Tyre Davis Price and Danny Gray.
Yep. I'm looking forward to seeing Pierre Strong tonight, the running back from New England. Tariq Fortin, who is literally lighting up every DB he lines up against in one-on-ones.
But can we please not have a weather delay this week?
I had enough of weather delays on Sunday for the IndyCars on Nashville. 2.5 hours weather delay. That was great.
Yeah, but I turned on at 1 a.m. last Thursday, ready for the Hall of Fame game, and there was a weather delay.
That wasn't a brilliant game, to be
I
fair.
decided that was a sign to go to bed.
Las Vegas played a majority of their starters that week, didn't they?
A few.
A few, which is a rarity. Is it Josh McDaniels going, this is the way I'm doing it, I'm not doing it Belichick way?
Yeah, it could be.
Cool. It is down to our top 5.
Yes.
This is Ollie's pick of top 5s this week.
I picked like the last 4 top 5s.
Did you?
Okay. Yeah, because you've stopped coming up with good ones.
I've stopped coming up with good ones. All right, we'll do top 5 mascots next week. No.
Happily.
So okay, shall we?
On my photos to find mine.
It's in the group chat. It's on our chat.
Group chat? I thought I just sent it to you.
Yeah, you just sent it to me, so look in your media, it'll be in there.
Yeah, my
okay.
notebook is now full, so I threw it away. Here we go.
I need to change it before I press it because it's done something stupid when it's not saved it. So let me just change that.
So our top 5 this week is top 5 players that spent some time at a junior college.
So if you ever watched
Last Chance You on
Netflix, you will see that is a junior college. So they give players a chance who weren't 5-star recruits, weren't 4-star recruits in high school. They give them this chance to prove themselves. Hence how certain players go a lot higher than they would have done if they hadn't gone to junior college. Shall we go from 5 to 1 because we do have the same number 1?
Yes. So number 5, I've got a guy that we've already talked about briefly on this podcast.
Yep.
Brandon Ayuk.
Good player, and I thought you'd put a Niner player in there somehow.
Yeah. Brandon Ayuk in the last 8 games had better receiving numbers than Deebo Samuel. Granted, Samuel was in the backfield a lot, but Ayuk is going to have a great season this season. Top 15 receiver, I think.
But he's only been around 2-3 seasons now?
Two seasons.
This is his third 2 seasons, so he's going into his 3rd season.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll clip that and we'll put it out there somewhere. Brandon Ayuk, top 15 player, Ollie predicts.
Top 15 receiver.
Top 15 receiver. Okay, we'll let that one out. Talk about top 100 players right in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, I know. I've been waiting for that. I like the little videos they do.
That's always a massive talking point. On my number 5 is a one-time Pro Bowl winner, one-time Super Bowl winner, 1,222 tackles, 26 sacks, and 3 defensive touchdowns. Plays out of Tampa Bay, Lavonte David. Brilliant
okay, I thought you were going somewhere else with that, but okay.
Oh, where were you going?
My number 3.
Is it the same as my number 3?
I don't know who your number 3 is.
We'll get that of it. Did he play for Tampa last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have got the same number 3 then. In that Super Bowl, where he made literally Mahomes run around the whole pitch, running for his life, he was excellent. He really was. really, well, the whole defense was excellent, but a lot of the pressure came straight from him running straight through the middle of that O line, and it was brilliant to watch. And I loved watching that Super Bowl. It was absolutely brilliant. Super player, really, really
Yes.
good player. He was from, and I can't remember where I wrote it down. Fort Skull. I think that's all. Fort
I didn't
Scott.
write.
So I
I
can't
didn't.
read my writing. So he
I
went by.
didn't write down the colleges they were from.
I didn't
So
write
my
down.
my number 4
Yep.
is an ex-rookie of the year.
Okay.
He's played for 2 teams, including New England.
Same as mine then.
Cam Newton.
Yeah. Cam Newton was Blinn Jr. and Auburn. 2015 2015 MVP, 3-time Pro Bowler. Scared to dive on the ball when he's rolling around on the floor with Von Miller running at him.
Yes.
That's what he's going to remember for in that Super Bowl, isn't he? Not for choking, not for being sacked or giving away a safety for the first score of the game. No, that was Denver, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Denver was, yeah, that one. But it's a shame the way his career is tailing off. It's 20
has tailed off.
Yeah, the way he was at 2015, well, he was never the same after that Super Bowl.
No.
Go back and watch Cam in 2015.
I mean,
watch highlights of Cam Newton in 2015.
I think the problem
Superb
is injuries.
Yes.
So I've just
Very
realised
much
how wet this table is with my laptop on.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, he's 194 touchdowns to 123 interceptions. Not brilliant stats. 32,000 passing yards, though. That is good stats. 5,628 rushing yards with 75 rushing touchdowns. They are really, really, really good stats. It's just a shame that he has he's never had that shown that confidence. Okay, he comes across as a very confident guy with the headgear and the granny's headscarf and all that. But it's almost like when he's got that ball in his hand, he's like a deer in the headlights, or rather in the headlights. He is scared.
It's deer in headlights.
Yeah, it is a worrying situation, isn't it? The way he's gone down. Because 2015 Cam Newton was brilliant, diving over O lines, literally.
It was injuries too, though.
Yeah, most definitely. We've both got the same person as number 3. 2-time Super Bowl, 3-time Pro Bowler, ex-New York Giants,
Yes.
603 tackles, 91.5 sacks, 3 defensive touchdowns, and has half a left hand.
Yes.
John Pierre-Paul.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Jason Pierre-Paul. Yes, I apologize, Jason. Really, really good player for someone who's got half a hand missing.
Incredible player.
He lost half his hand through a 4th of July incident. Something to do with fireworks. Idiot. He was really good when he was in New York. He was still a really good player at New York Giants. Wrong New York. Oops. Won a Super Bowl, won them.
Yeah, and I mean, he's been pretty good at Tampa too.
I can't believe I'm pretty sure he's still a free agent.
I actually think our top 4 is going to end up being the same now.
Yeah, probably. I mean, he's ex-College of Cairns, and he went to Fort Scott before he went to USC. So he went around a couple of junior colleges as well. But it's worrying that he's still. I'm pretty sure he's still a free agent, which is a bit strange.
I don't think he's getting. I think he might. I think his time in the NFL might have run out now.
Which is a shame because even last season he was still devastating in that defense. You know, that Tampa defense was really, really good. Our number 2.
Judging by I know who you have at number 1, my number 2 is Alvin Kamara.
Mine's not. I didn't even put Alvin Kamara in my top
5. You didn't put AK in the top 5.
The reason I didn't put Alvin Kamara into his top 5 because he's been a bit of a naughty boy along with Deshaun Watson. It was found out during the Pro Bowl, wasn't it? It came out Pro Bowl week that he was arrested for something in Las Vegas, which is a bit worrying.
Domestic violence, wasn't it?
something like that. Yeah, it was something violent. I can't remember exactly what it was now. Alvin Kamara, Hutchinson County College before he went on to Tennessee.
He's a great player.
He is a good player.
But
Won pretty much many Super Bowl or many franchise teams their Super Bowl in one season with 6 touchdowns in one game.
But I'm not quite sure. Oh, don't talk about that. That lost me a fantasy Super Bowl.
6 touchdowns in one game, was that?
Yeah.
Christmas Day
Christmas Day Vikings.
Yep. That was probably one of the most devastating displays I've ever seen of a running
Or was it
back.
Boxing Day? It might have been Boxing Day, actually.
It's probably Boxing Day over here, but Christmas Day over there, I think. It might have been like the late Christmas
No,
Day.
because I watched it live. I remember definitely watching it live.
We'll Google that and find out. I haven't got his stats in front of me, so I didn't put him in his top 5, but he is Hutchinson College. On to Tennessee. Tennessee produced some good running backs out of that college. Some really good college running backs. While you're finding up his stats, I went for
stats. I'm trying to get that date.
That day. I'm going to go for a gentleman who has 3 Super Bowls and is only
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day. He is only one of 6 players to win Super Bowls back to back. 3 Super Bowls with 2 different franchises, 6,306 yards, 56 touchdowns. Mine has gone to Mr. LeGarrette Blount, who from East Mississippi onto Oregon.
You got a Niner in there. I got a Niner in there. You got 2 Patriots.
Yeah, but he won a Super Bowl against the Patriots. Who's made the Patriots? Oh, Cam. Yeah, I suppose. I wouldn't really class my time under Cam as in Patriot time. But yeah, LeGarrette Blount, 2 Super Bowls with New England, 1 in Philadelphia. He was brilliant. He is a big, strong, old school running back. Bring me down if you can. He would have 2 or 3 players to bring him down. David backed me up on this one. He was a superb running back, and yeah, really, really loved watching him run the ball really hard.
He was great. He was a great player.
Really, really good player.
I just think you're looking at it a bit through rose-tinted glasses.
No, he is. I mean, I've got 7 players on that. No, 6 players. I can't count. Kamara I didn't put on there because of his violence. I put it on. The way I did it was Super Bowl. The way I put it is Super Bowl rings.
You didn't put Alvin Kamara on that list.
Yep.
Because of domestic violence.
Yep.
But you almost put OJ on that list.
I sent Ollie a joke as a joke. Should we put OJ on the list? The way I did it was on Super Bowls and MPVs. That's how I worked it out.
I feel like our number 1 pick is a shout out to our ex-host Tom.
I was about to say, good job our former host isn't on there because I don't think he would have been putting him at number 1. Tom, I please so you're watching this show and you're going to say, Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Yes, both are number 1s. 4-time MVP.
MVP. Super Bowl champion. Jeopardy host.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, did you hear what he said the other day?
No, I haven't.
They said he was on a podcast and they said to him, how badly do those 4 playoff defeats San Francisco hurt? And he goes, well, I just asked them how many rings they've won in the last 20 years.
You've won in the last 20 years, haven't you?
No, last Super Bowl was 1994.
Wow. Oh, dear. Say no more. You weren't even born then, Ollie.
I know.
How do you feel? And it's his birthday on Tuesday, so he's having a birthday weekend.
I'm not. I've just got a couple of days off work.
I won't tell you what you told me off air.
I don't know where you're going with that, so.
No, that's fine. Yeah, you can't say. You've the Hail Mary against Chicago that Graham brought down. I think it's Chicago in the playoffs. Or
was that Rodgers to Rodgers?
No, it was the tight end. It was Graham at tight end. I'm sure it was not
Yeah,
tight
but
end.
it
Wide
was
receiver.
the
Graham.
tight end Rodgers, wasn't it?
No, I'm sure it was Graham. Anyway, it's the Hail Mary, wasn't it? It was a hell of a throw. Things like that. His running power as well. I didn't put his stats down because I don't need to put his stats because everyone knows how good of a player Aaron Rodgers is.
Yeah.
And the fact that he's now said in the past week that he wants to play as old to Brady's age.
Oh, I've not heard that.
Yeah, it's been said he wants. Even Noah told me that earlier on. He said to me, "Daddy, Aaron Rodgers wants to play as old as Brady," which is quite funny. They don't quite know yet that they've got their Chiefs and Chargers jersey coming. Yeah, I think it's they're in the UK now.
This is a new shirt of mine, faithful to the UK. Just thought I'd put it out there. Early birthday presents.
I won't be able to see number 9 tonight because I don't think he's playing tonight.
Thank you, Mum and Sister, for this dope shirt.
Hello, Ollie's mum and Ollie's sister. We have now fulfilled our league slots for the fantasy draft. It is
16 players.
16 players. It is live on this show on the 1st of September. It could be a long night because I'll be sat here with Noah as well. I think I've finally worked out how to load it so I can get my screen from the other onto as well.
I think I'm going to be in the dining room with my dad.
Hey, yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm a little bit nervous that about my picks being live and then being critiqued live on air.
I've got a plan for this one.
I've started to write out my draft board now, and I'm starting to look at that.
I have a plan.
From there.
I'm not going to reveal my plan, but I have one.
It means taking Trey Lance at number 1. That's it yesterday, ladies and gentlemen. He will be taking Trey Lance.
I will not be taking Trey Lance at number 1.
No, I reckon your mate should be number 12. No, number 6. No, number 8. Something like that. Later on, the defending champion.
Defending champion.
Yeah, his team's name is actually defending champion, ladies and gentlemen. So let's hope he goes 0-15. That'd be brilliant. Love that one. So we are live.
Afternoon, Jacob, if you're watching in North Carolina.
If you want to come on the show, to be on the show during the live show, please get involved. Please drop us a message. We will, send you the link so you can be live on the show as well. Watch with the draft, picking your picks. Gonna be an interesting one. I know a couple of lads that I've been playing fantasy football with years for coming on in the draft as well.
Yeah, I've got somebody that I've been in a lot of leagues with that's joined the league.
Yeah, I'm generally looking forward to this, but I'm also a little bit nervous about it as well. But hey ho,
where me and him are Kokamish.
Okay, cool. Ladies and gentlemen, please get involved on our socials. They are rolling us across the bottom as I go that way. I need to go that way in this one. We are on Twitter, the Third and Long UK Pod. We are on Facebook and on YouTube at the Third and Long Podcast. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe, give us money. I was looking as I was like when I go onto Anchor to put us on Spotify and stuff like that. It said you can make money from this. I thought I ain't got enough people for that yet. Please give us a follow. Enjoy tonight. Hard Knocks tonight is on Sky Action at 10 a.m. No, 10 p.m. p.m. I'm one of these people who says good morning when it's afternoon. I do it all the time when I'm on my phone. It's something I've always done. It's really, really annoying.
Somebody sent me an email yesterday saying good afternoon at 12:01.
I always used to say.
Do you think she wrote like good morning and realised it was 12:01 and was like, shit, got to change it?
Hey, Ollie's dropped a swear on the show. That's a rarity. No, if everyone picked me up and it was like it's 1 o'clock and I was like, oh yeah, I haven't had lunch yet. That's why it's still morning. That was always my comeback. Ollie, it has been a pleasure. Hope you have a wonderful birthday weekend, and we will speak to you all next Thursday live at 8:30. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay safe.